Good morning and welcome back to the classes. The last few classes we were discussing about the agriculture. Today also we will continue with the same chapter but with a new topic, that is methods of cultivation. Different methods used for the cultivation of rice in India that we are going to discuss in this topic. First method adopted by the farmers for the cultivation of rice is the broadcasting method or scattering. In this method, the seeds are sown by sprinkling them all over the field by the hand. In the broadcasting method or in the scattering method, the seeds are sown with the hand over the field. This method is generally used to sow inferior quality of seeds, and as a result, the yield from the farm will be less. Then the second method is that dibbling. In this method, seeds are dropped at fixed intervals in the furrows or channels made by the farmers with the help of a dibber or plough. A dibber is a simple pointed stick that is used to make a hole in the ground to plant a seed. What is a dibber? A dibber is a simple pointed stick which is used to make a hole in the ground and on which the plant or the seed of the plant will be planted. And the dibbler method is using much more time than any other methods. Then the third method that is used by the farmers of rice is the drilling method. While using a plough, seeds are dropped through the bamboo shaft attached to it in the furrows made by the plough in a straight line. This is a method followed in the drilling method. This method, though saving wastage of seeds, is very time consuming. Okay, it will also use much time than the broadcasting method. It is mostly used in Tamil Nadu, in the peninsular India. Sometimes seeds are kept in the water for soaking for few hours before sowing. It helps in quick generation or sprouting of plants, especially where the soil is not much wet or moist enough. Then the fourth method which is practiced by the Indian rice farmers are the transplantation method. This method is practiced in the areas of fertile soil where abundant rainfall is available, sufficient plenty or sufficient sunshine is available, and the area where sufficient number of laborers are available. In this method, seeds are first sown in nurseries after soaking them in water for 24 hours. After 4 weeks, when the seedlings are about 20 centimeters tall, they are uprooted and are planted in the flooded fields so that they can grow again. As this entire process is done by hand, a lot of manual laborers are needed. Advantages of transplantation. Lot of labor is required which is easily available. When resowing, the weeds are removed. There is less wastage of seeds as in broadcasting. These are the advantages of transplantation method of cultivation. Japanese method of cultivation. This method includes the use of less but good quality of seeds. Sowing the seeds in raised nursery buds. Transplanting the seedlings in rows to make weeding and fertilizing easy. It also involves much use of manure to obtain high yield from per hectare farm. This method ensures 3 times higher yields. Hence, it has been successfully adopted by many rice cultivation regions in different parts of Asia. Advantages of transplantation in agriculture. There are certain crops such as paddy and many vegetables such as tomatoes, brinjal, cabbage, cauliflower, chilies, etc., which are not grown by sowing the seeds directly in the field. These are some of the seeds or vegetables which are grown not by the sowing of seeds directly over the fields. In such cases, it is necessary to prepare a nursery or a seed bed separately in a part of the field. After the seeds grow into little seedlings, they are transplanted in the main field. During transplantation, only healthy seedlings are selected and are planted at regular and proper intervals in the main field. The process of replanting the seedlings from the nursery in the main field is called transplantation. What is transplantation? The process of replanting the seedlings, small plants from the nurseries to the main field is called transplantation. The process of transplantation in crop production has the following advantages. First, it enables us to select only healthy seedlings for the plants. Secondly, the process of transplantation promotes better penetration of roots in the soil. Thirdly, it promotes better development of shoot system of plants. Fourthly, the transplantation process enables us to plant the seedlings at the right spacing so as to ensure the uniform availability of water, nutrients and sunlight to the plants. In India, transplanting of rice crop is done manually, while in USA it is done by means of machines. That is the end of today's class. Thank you.